Good day everyone. Let's try to answer some algebra problems. So let's start. Solve for the variable x in terms of the other variables. So we have 4 questions. And gagamit tayo dito ng tatlong step. We have first step, we need to make sure na iyan ay same denominator. So magagawa natin yan by multiplying same expression sa numerator and sa denominator. Number 2 is combine the numerators. Number 3 is solve for the variable x in terms of the other variables. So let's have the solution. Solution for number 1. So in this case, yung m natin is a constant. Okay? So we have the first step, same denominator. So multiply natin yung first term by x minus 1 times x minus 2. Ganon din yung denominator. And the rest, mag-multiply tayo ng expression kung saan magiging same yung kanilang denominator. Next, combine the numerators. Bakit hindi natin sinama yung denominator? So once na multiply natin to sa x plus 1, x minus 1, and then x minus 2, lahat na nasa denominator na yan is cancel out. Okay? So yung numerator na lang yung matitira. Next, simplify natin. Multiply natin yung x minus 1 saka yung x minus 2. So this becomes x squared minus 3x plus 2. Gawin natin yon dun sa natitirang terms. Next, i-collect natin lahat ng terms na merong x squared. So iyon ay m. Meron tayo ditong positive 2. Meron tayo ditong positive m. Lipat sa kabila, magiging negative m. Positive 2. Lipat sa kabila, magiging negative 2. Next, lahat ng terms na merong x. Iyon ay negative 3m. Dito ay meron tayong negative 2. Dito ay wala tayong variable x. Next, lahat ng constants. So, ibig sabihin kasama dun yung variable m. Sa unang term, meron tayo ditong 2m. Ito yung 2m. Dito, meron tayong 2 times negative 2 or negative 4. Next, sa kabilang side, meron tayo ditong m or negative m. Lipat sa kabila, magiging positive m. Negative 2, lipat sa kabila, magiging positive 2. Then equals to 0. Next is to simplify. This term, yung may x squared is cancel out kasi m minus m. 2 minus 2 is 0. So, ang matitira na lang is bring down lang yung negative 3m minus 2. Simplify natin to will give us 3m minus 2. Next, lipat sa kabila yung mga constants and then i-divide natin by negative 3m minus 2. Like this. Now, pwede pa natin i-simplify yan by multiplying negative 1 on the numerator and negative 1 sa denominator. And will give us 3m minus 2 all over 3m plus 2 and we're done. Now, let's proceed to question number 2. Now, rewrite lang ulit natin. Yung m plus x, gawin natin x plus m para variable and then yung constant. This one, m minus x, multiply natin sa negative 1 yung denominator, negative 1 yung numerator, so this becomes positive m plus x all over x minus m. Next, same denominator. Next, combine the numerators. Next is to simplify. Next is combine similar terms. So we have m squared equals to 9mx. Next, divide both sides by 9m. This will give us m over 9 and we're done. Now, let's proceed to question number 3. First step, simplify muna natin yung denominator. Yung 6x minus 3m is equivalent to 3 times 2x minus m. Next, same denominator. Next is get the numerators. Next thing na kailangan gawin natin is i-collect natin yung terms na nagko-contain ng x squared. So dito, sa unang term, meron tayo ditong 6. Dito meron tayong negative 14. Sa kabilang side, meron tayo ditong positive 8. Lipat sa kabila, magiging negative 8. Okay, next, lahat ng nagko-contain ng x. nagko-contain ng x. Dito sa kabilang side is negative 3m. Dito naman ay negative 7m. Sa kabilang side, walang variable x. Okay? Next. Lahat ng constant. Yung constant lang naman natin is negative 2m squared. So this term, 2 times m times negative m or negative 2m squared. Lipat sa kabila, magiging positive 2m squared. Then equals to 0. Next. Simplify. This becomes negative 16, negative 10m, and bring down to m squared. Next, puro yan even, so divide natin by 2. This becomes x squared times negative 8 plus x times negative 5m plus m squared. So bakit ganito yung ginawa natin? Hindi na lang natin ginawang negative 8x squared, negative 5mx, para mas madali natin makita ano ba yung value ng a, ano ba yung value ng b, at ano ba yung value ng c. Okay? Next, gamitan natin ng quadratic formula kasi yung goal natin is isolve yung x in terms of the other variable. Now, we have x equals to negative b. So, yung b natin ay negative 5m plus or minus square root of b squared, negative 5m squared, minus 4. A natin is negative 8 times c m squared. Then, all over 2 times a, which is negative 8. Now, simplify. This becomes x equals to negative 5m plus or minus m square root of 57 all over 16, and we're done. Next, let's proceed to number 4. Number 4, notice na itong m squared x squared minus 1 is the same thing as mx plus 1 times mx minus 1. Okay, so same denominator tayo. Multiply natin to by mx plus 1, yung kabila mx minus 1. Next, combine the numerators. Simplify natin. Collect natin lahat ng mayroong variable x and yung constant sa kabilang side. So, yung lahat ng may variable x, dito ay mayroong m. Ito yung m. Dito meron tayo ditong m squared, lipat sa kabila, magiging negative m squared. Dito meron tayong negative m squared, lipat sa kabila, magiging positive m squared. Equals to, now, lahat ng constant dito sa right hand side, meron tayong positive m, meron tayo ditong positive m ulit, and meron tayong positive 1 lipat sa kabila, kaya magiging negative 1. Next is to simplify. Notice na yung negative m squared sa positive m squared is cancelled out. So this will leave us with mx equals to 2m minus 1. Last is divide both sides by m. So this will end up with 2m minus 1 all over m, and finally, we're done. So that's all for this day, and as always, that's it.